Heb jij geluid? Yes. Oké. Kan ik beginnen? Okay, welcome to the press conference of Tottenham Hotspur at Bosel Stadium of Royal Antwerp Football Club. We have for you here Mr. Jose Mourinho. How will this Zoom session, Zoom press conference work? It will last for only or maximum 15 minutes. You're all muted now. If you hear your name, Simon will address you. If you hear your name, you will be unmuted, and then you can ask your question. You can raise your hand, not physically, but via the button on your screen. I hope you can see that. Okay, before I hand over the mic to Simon, I have the privilege to have the first question myself.
My pleasure.
Mr. Mourinho, welcome at Antwerp. What do you know of this Antwerp team and what do you expect of tomorrow's game?
First of all, I know that my old friend Luciano D'Onofrio is a very important person here, and I'm so happy to meet him hopefully tomorrow, and it's quite an honor to play against his team. What do I know about the team? Since we got in the draw, that I am studying my opponents with my assistants, with my analysts, and of course I watched as many possible matches from Antwerp. I have a good feeling when I watch a team. I have a good feeling immediately about the coach level, and even without knowing personally the coach Lecco, I can say immediately that he has to be a good coach for the way the team plays and for the way the team is organized. If they don't change, they play with 5 in the back, but an offensive 5, 3 plus 2 offensive wing backs. The right one is the Japanese left-footed boy, of course very creative. On the left side, a powerful, fast, strong left-footed. Then a good structure in midfield. Then in attack, a good mixture of the power and the experience of Bocani, and the intelligence, the movement, the fielding of Refalov. Physical team, aggressive team, powerful in set pieces. I would say probably our most difficult opponent in this group phase. So being this the second match where we both have 3 points is probably a very important match for both.
Okay, thank you. I will hand over the mic to my colleague Simon. If Simon tells your name or says your name, you can ask your question.
Okay, thank you very much. We will start with Gary Cottrell from Sky Sports. Just a reminder that after this, we will have Toby Alderweireld joining for the second part of the press conference. Gary, do you want to ask the first question, please?
Yeah, thanks, Simon. Hello, Jose. Is there anything you can tell us about your starting lineup? Anything you want to tell us, can tell us, will tell us?
You know, I'm going to make some changes in relation to the last match, but that doesn't mean that my team is not as strong as it was, because I don't change because of I think Europa League is not important, or I think Antwerp is not strong enough to give us a big fight. I change knowing that the match is going to be difficult and knowing that the Europa League is also an important competition. I change because my squad allows me to do it. Of course, it's not a change of 11 players. It's a mixture of that. Because we played Monday very late night, and we play again Sunday afternoon, and we need to do this little rotation. And at the same time, because every time I don't play a player, especially this season with the way everybody is working, I feel very hurted. I feel very sorry because everybody is working very hard to play. So it's not possible for me to play a player match after match after match after match and to leave somebody out for 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. So basically it's going to be that. But of course Tottenham with a very strong team. We left Dyer behind because he comes from a muscular injury in the national team. So to play Monday night would be a risk. To play him here, he's not coming. And Tanganga is not also coming because he felt a little bit. And of course we are not going to risk when we have other options. So we have other options for centre back, and we have also other options for the position Tanguy is playing. These are the only two players that stay behind. Apart of that, everybody's coming.
So maybe rest Harry, rest Sonny. Will Gareth start, for example?
You are asking too many questions, eh? Yeah, but you are asking questions about football, which is the important thing. I prefer to tell you a couple of guys that are playing and not the ones that are not playing. Bale is playing, and we all have not just the feeling, but also the data that Bale is arriving. He's working very hard. He is being quite a great example for everybody. A big guy like him traveled to Burnley, stayed on the bench for 90 minutes, didn't play 1 minute. His behavior as a team guy is incredible. His behavior as a Tottenham man is remarkable, and he's coming. I can see just with my eyes, but then the scientific data is also coming, and is working very, very well. He's improving a lot, and I think tomorrow we can see already Gareth at a good level, and hopefully he can fly because he's working very, very hard. So he's playing.
Okay, we're going to go to James Savundra from TalkSport. We can unmute James. Thank you.
Jose, you said that it's hurting you keeping some players out of the squad and out of the starting 11. You've got real competition for places at the moment, which is pleasing. But how difficult are you finding it getting the balance right and getting players the amount of minutes they'd like to have?
No, for me the only problem is exactly that. It hurts me. Sometimes players, they make our choices easy when they don't work hard, when they give up, when they don't keep the level of intensity, commitment, desire that we expect. They make our life easier sometimes. And these boys, all of them, they are making my life easy in a way of I have everybody available and in conditions to play. But they are making my life difficult because then every time I have to make a selection, it hurts me. Because not as much in Europa League, because in Europa League you are able to select almost everybody and to have a bench of 12 players. But in the Premier League, only with a small bench, you leave lots of people behind, and I have to confess that hurts me deeply. And sometimes I feel that my decisions are unfair to some players, and that's hard because we work as as a whole, we work all together. The group is really a strong group where everybody wants to give what he can give to the team, and then to select players and teams and to leave people out is really a bad feeling.
Okay, Dan Kilpatrick, Evening Standard. Dan, if you can unmute.
Hi, Jose. It was announced today that Sonny has new representation. He now shares an agency with you. I just wondered if you spoke to him about that before he made that decision, and whether that could impact contract talks.
No, that's not my job. I don't care about who represents players. I just care about what the players they give me on the pitch, and nothing to do with that. So Sony agency represents me on my image rights, on my commercial work outside my football job, and that's it. And nothing more than that. The majority of my players, I don't even know who the agents are. An impact on Sony's future, I honestly, I don't know. I can only say that probably at the commercial level will be a big impact because it's a worldwide, very, very important agency. In relation to his contract, I'm not worried about it. He has 3 years of contract. Great relation between Mr. Levy and people that represents him. I believe that sooner or later that will be resolved. But again, I say I don't see any problem on that because he's a player with 3 years of contract, and in so many clubs there are huge problems to resolve with players that they hand their contracts in a few months. 3 years is a long time.
Okay, we go to George Cummins from BBC Radio 5 Live. George.
Thank you, Simon. Jose, hello. Gareth had a reputation in Spain, in Madrid, that he wasn't so popular. So what's your first impressions of working with him now? Now you've had some time with him, and how different is that to his reputation in Spain?
Well, one thing is reputation, another thing is facts. And I would love to have his reputation and the 4th Champions League. I have only 2. So the facts with Gareth are that he made a difference at that club. It was a club for years and years and years and years, more than 1 decade without even a quarter-final of the Champions League. Then a big jump in front with 3 consecutive Champions League semi-finals. And when he arrived, they won 4 in 5. So for me, these are the facts. The reputation is not important for me. The facts are important. He made a huge difference in the club. I can only speak about him with us, and him with us, amazing. Of course, arrived injured. Of course, when you are injured for such a long time, takes a little bit of time. We are giving him that time. He is working very hard. I think he's very pleased with the level of organization that we have in the club. Probably he's not used to it, but the way we work between coaching staff, medical staff, sports science area, we are providing him all the best conditions for his evolution. He was on the bench, he played some minutes, starts a match, was on the bench, he's starting tomorrow again, and we are giving him time. But again, I repeat what I told before, he's in a better place than he was a couple of weeks ago. He's arriving.
Okay, we'll go to Tom Colomosi, then Rob Guest, and then we'll finish unless there's any questions from local media. Tom Colomosi first.
Hi, Jose. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good.
I was wondering what you thought with the rate of infections rising across Europe with COVID. Do you have any doubts about the ability of UEFA to complete the competition safely?
I prefer myself to take, if that's the case, to take a few risks, but I have to say very controlled risks, but play football, do my job, give people what people loves, which is football, and if people cannot come to the stadiums, at least they have us at home, and I just want to think positively about it. We try to be as safe as we can. In the clubs, the situation is much more controlled. Nobody is free from a problem, but the bubble exists, and we try to be as much protected. I believe that the national teams are the space where, even with great organization, lots of traveling and players traveling separated, and this kind of situation is more dangerous. But at the club level, what we did, for example, today, leaving the training ground altogether after being controlled twice, arriving here, going direct to the hotel, staying in the hotel, not leaving, coming here tomorrow. The stadium is in the area of the dressing rooms, is beautiful, is new, is clean, is safe. Honestly, I feel safe. Maybe something wrong happens with myself, but honestly, I feel safe, and finish the game, go home again. In our case, we don't even go home. We stay in the training ground all together again to prepare the game on Sunday. We try to do our lives. The world cannot stop, and football is an important area, so I'm more than ready to keep doing what we are doing.
Okay, we'll finish with Rob Guest with the last question. Rob.
Hi, Jose. On Monday, you confirmed that Steven Bergwijn and Sergio Aurier missed out at Burnley through little injuries. Are they in a position to start tomorrow? And also, Tanganga, how's he getting on in his recovery from injury, and when could he be back in action?
Yeah, Tanganga is the only player that we can really say he has an injury or is on treatment from a quite important injury. A very unlucky kid. He had the problem during the lockdown, and then hard work to be back, played against Chelsea in the cup, and then this injury. But he's coming. He's a great professional, great sense of responsibility. He's working well to come back. Serge is fine, selected. Stevie is fine, selected too. Of course, two very good players and great problems. Serge Aurier or Matt Doherty, amazing problem. Steven Bergwijn or Lucas, amazing problem.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much.
Guys,
Toby, we're with you shortly. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you. We will do this in the same setting tomorrow after the game. Thank you, Mr. Mourinho. See you tomorrow. We will do a slight changement de décor.